Look, Ospreay, I mean, especially in the media run up to this show, has been writing checks his ass can't cash for the most part. But he was your biggest free agent signing. And he continues to he's in the mix. He'll get to a big match. He'll lose it. We'll build him back up. He'll be in a big match. He'll lose it. The time to make him a fresh and new and exciting star and the pillar of your company, I think has passed. I think it's gone. You can build him up and you can make him champion and you can call him, oh, he's the best wrestler in the world, blah, 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 blah. That's great. Chance to make him a star was when he first came in. And then you put him on TV doing 70-30 matches where he's the 30 for 3 weeks. Okay, there's something to this television part of professional wrestling that a lot of guys just don't get. And to me, it's one of those things where on the weekly television, Will Ospreay as a draw, when he's out there saying, I think ex-WWE guys should have to prove that they can bring in more house show crowds. All right, you guys aren't clearing $3,000 every week. I think the time to make him the face and a crossover star in certain media, which is what AEW needs.
Yep.
Desperately.
Yep.
Which is why I also think you should build around Mercedes. But
Mercedes and Swerve seem to be the two best at it because they also seem to be the two most willing, by the way, to get out there and to talk.
Actually, your best at it is Mark Briscoe, but you're never going to do that with him. I mean, he is phenomenal when he goes out on lives because he's crazy, but he's also, oh my God, he's so adorable. Let him do everybody's weather. He's so great at it. But to me, to make Will Ospreay that breakout, fresh face, oh my God, you got to see this guy every week on TV, that time's passed. It's gone, and you can't get it back.
Wow.
And even when you make him champion, he's just going to be the best wrestler holding the title. He's not going to be the guy. I mean, he's going to be the guy in AEW, but he won't be able to be the guy in major media.
Okay, now going back to
unless Jey Uso is still champ, and then
going back to how you would have booked Ospreay originally when he came in, do you think had they done that, he could have been like one of the tippy top stars, not only just in the ring, but when you talk about pro wrestling and the zeitgeist, he's one of the ones that you go, oh, there's Roman Reigns. Oh, there's John Cena. Oh, there's Will Ospreay.
I think if you don't overexpose him on the weekly and you just book him in a title match to win it almost immediately, yes, I do. I think he'd need to cut the right kinds of promos, and I don't have full faith in that, given that this last week he went into really odd John Cena after a title loss territory, where he's in there, say, hey, everybody, I'm here, that kind of stuff, which I don't think matches him. But I think if he comes in with kind of his aura and he still has a little bit of mystery to him, yes, I do. Jeremy, I think that's the other thing that killed him was those first 3 weeks of matches. It killed the mystery. You've seen his entire moveset. There it is, right there. Boom.
That's a good point. Jeremy, what do you think about Jeff's thoughts on? No, well, mostly on what Jeff said about Ospreay.
I'm with him on Ospreay. I think Will lost a lot tonight. I think he's a huge loser in terms of, look, a lot of people pegged him as the guy. The money was there. The big deal. Like we talked last year, like he was going to win the title and you could just shotgun the title onto this guy and like you could just reinvigorate the entire company. And then it didn't happen. And we're like, okay, by the time we get to London next year at Forbidden Door, this guy can have the title on him. He can go put him in front of everybody. He's the guy. And at this point, he's not the guy. And at this point, I don't know when he's going to be the guy. Maybe there is a belief in this company that they can make him their Cody, where he can lose the opportunity to win the big one. And then a year later, they come back around and then he's learned his lessons and do all this thing. I think it's a foolhardy plan. I think if that's your idea, is that he loses and he builds himself up back up, like there's a window here that we're all talking about. And there's a lot of things the company is doing right now in terms of building up goodwill and booking and planning. And it feels like you're playing with house money that you don't have when you're not making Will Ospreay the guy.
Interesting. I sort of agree. And we talked about Wembley last year, whether or not last year Wembley was the right time to make him the champion and all that. I think waiting until next year is going to be even worse. But if Hangman just won the title and you switch the title to get it to Ospreay because of London, what does that do to Hangman? So there's lots of questions about it. And I was surprised. I thought Ospreay was going to win